Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In today's tutorial, we're going ahead and doing the IS-3 with a crew of 4. Moving on over to dimensions, we have a length of 9.85 meters, that is including the length of the barrel. Roll, you can see here a heavy tank, and the number built was a little bit into the 2300s. Armaments, you can see right here, 122mm gun and one Dishka, followed by two 7.62s. Engine right here, you can see a total of 600 horsepower. Performance, it had a max speed of 40 kilometers per hour. But anyways guys, that's it for this, and enjoy the tutorial. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Gear204 here, bringing you another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. And today's tutorial, we're going to go ahead and building the IS-3 heavy tank. Now this tank here was a Soviet Union tank that was produced pretty much at the very late stages of World War II. The first few tanks that were actually built were sent over pretty much to fight with the Soviets in Berlin. But by the time they actually reached Berlin, the war was over, and they were just kind of taken back and pretty much put on hold for the possible conflict that could, become in Japan. So they kind of just held them back, and they really never saw much service. They were, only 2,300 of these were built, and production kind of ceased on them since newer and improved versions of the tanks were coming out, like the IS-7, IS-8. And all those kind of tanks and stuff like that. So there really wasn't much point in actually having the IS-3 anymore, since the new variant IS-4 is already coming out. But this tank is pretty interesting because it pretty much was the first tank in the line of kind of establishing the very kind of curved and rounded armor that a lot of the early Cold War tanks, early Cold War Soviet tanks actually had. So that's kind of what makes it a little bit special. And overall, it's just a very cool tank, and it's been highly requested by you guys, so I'm finally happy to bring it to you guys, that's for sure, and hopefully you guys do like it. Now we're going to go and take a little bit of a look around the vehicle, and then we'll go ahead and get into the tutorial by pretty much moving on to our layers and all that stuff and building the tank up. But let's go ahead and get started by taking a little look at what we got, so you guys know what you guys will be building. So to start off with, we have a 122mm gun. I believe that is 2 more millimeters bigger than the IS-2's gun, so obviously a pretty big gun. It's going to pack a big punch, especially at that time period, late World War II. 120mm gun on a tank was definitely going to do some damage. A lot of details with the turret. Now the turret overall, it's a very kind of flat, well, I say flat, but it's a very rounded turret. So it's kind of hard to get exactly right. This kind of goes again with the Soviet doctrine of having very curved tanks and stuff like that to, help bounce rounds and stuff like that, make it harder to penetrate. And of course up here you got the Dishka, machine gun up on the top here, probably about the same millimeter size as a 50 cal. And you can see down the back here, very simplistic detail and vents and stuff, not a whole lot going on. And there's also these fuel tanks, these external fuel tanks they would have. They would have basically 2 on the sides, or I should say 2 on each side. You can see that this would technically be 2, but because of the scale of Minecraft, they're kind of a little bit smaller than they're not separated like they would be in real life. But this is something you have to kind of deal with sometimes when building. And you can just see a lot of pretty nice little details and stuff like that overall. Again, there was 2 tanks on the back here, and you guys can kind of pick and choose what you guys want to put on. Some of these tanks I've seen have only the 2 on the back here, and then some I've seen have nothing on the back here and just the 2 on each side type deal. So it's kind of up to you guys however you guys want to put the configuration of these things on. Of course, if you have a lot of these built in the same area, you can kind of randomize them up to make them look a little bit different and stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the overview of the IS-3. Pretty cool heavy tank, and hope you guys do enjoy it. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our first part of our tutorial, which will be going ahead and building layer 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our first layer, we have layer 1. Now for layer 1, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start off by taking our nether brick half slabs, and we're just going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 across, just like this. Now this right here is going to be the very start of the right front of the track, so you can see basically right there, those nether brick half slabs right down there. So if you guys are building this in a certain area, make sure you guys take that into account. You guys also saw the mentions at the beginning of the video, so again, make sure you guys give yourselves plenty of space to go ahead and put this build in. So once you have those 2 nether brick half slabs down, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 nether brick top slabs coming off of those nether brick half slabs. And these top slabs are going to be pointing in the direction our tank's going to be facing. As you guys can see, it's going to be facing that direction toward what I believe is the M8 Scott, if I remember correctly. So basically facing out toward that direction. Now after you have that done, we're going to place down 2 green hardened stained clay blocks, just like this. And we're going to skip space of 1, place down 2, skip a space of 1, place down 2, skip a space of 1, place down 2, an error, skip a space, skip a space, yep, skip a space of 1, and then another one just like this. So basically in total you should have a total of, 6 rows of 2 green stained clay blocks, just like that. And then in between these rows, we're just going to go and take our nether brick half slabs, and we're just going to go ahead and put down nether brick half slabs in between these green stained clay blocks, just like that. Now on the back here, we're going to place down 2 nether brick half slabs, and then 2 nether brick top slabs, just like that. Also, we want to take stone buttons on the ends of these green stained clay blocks. We're going to go ahead and put down stone buttons like that to make them look a little bit more like road wheels and everything like that. Now, after we have that done, we want to go ahead and start by going to the front up here and go into this first row of green stained clay blocks. We're going to go and take our dark oak with top slabs, place down a row of 3 coming off of it, just like that. And then after we go ahead and do that, we want to go ahead and go to these nether brick half slabs back here, place down a row of 3 of dark oak with top slabs. And once you have that in place, we're just going to go and take our dark oak with top slabs and just go ahead and fill this whole space in on the bottom here. So we'll just go ahead and go all the way up until we connect up to the front portion for the row we did up here. So just like this, we're going to fill this all in. And just so you guys can know for reference, this will be the very bottom of the tank. So if you guys want to do some kind of interior, you're going to be basically building your interior on top of this and everything like that. Now, once you have that done, we want to do a few little details here. So for this, we're going to place down 2 dark oak with fence gates that are opened up, just like this. And then we're going to place down a dark oak with fence gate coming off like that. So you get some kind of design like that on the back, just for a little bit more detail. And then up here in the front, we're just going to go ahead and go to the center dark oak with top slab and place down a dark oak with fence gate coming off it, just like that. And after you guys have that done, we're just going to go and take our track design that we did over on the right side of the tank and just copy it over here to the left side. So again, very simple, just copying the same design over, and we're just going to go and do the same thing, just like this. So you have your road wheels, just like that, your nether brick half slabs, your nether brick top slabs, and then again, you want to fill in all the spaces in between these rows, just like that. And we're also going to take our stone buttons, and don't forget, go ahead and place down stone buttons on the ends of those green stained clay blocks, just like that. And once you guys have that done, that's it for your first layer. And with that, we can go and move on to layer 3. Alright guys, so moving on. I think I said moving on to layer 3 in the last layer, so my bad about that. Actually, we're moving on to layer 2 here. So for layer 2, what we're going to do is we're going to go and start by taking our green stained clay blocks here. And we just want to go ahead and place down 2 on top of these nether brick half slabs, just like that on the front. Then we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some dark oak wood stairs, place down 2, coming off, or basically on top of those 2 dark oak wood top slabs, just like that in the very front. Now, after you guys have that done, we want to go ahead and go to the back section back here, and we're going to go and pretty much repeat the same thing. So 2 nether brick stairs on those 2 nether brick top slabs, and on the back of these stairs, we're going to place down 2 green stained clay full blocks, like so. We're also going to go and take stone buttons and place them down on the ends of these green stained clay full blocks, just like that, all the way around. Now, once you have that done, we're going to go ahead and go to these green stained clay blocks that are pretty much closest to the center of the tank. We're going to go ahead and just place down a row that goes all the way along the side here, all the way down, and connects up to the other green stained clay block. Same thing over here on this side, just like this, all the way down toward the back. Now, when you get to this back section back here, we want to go ahead and take our dark oak wood stairs. We're going to place down 1 like this, followed by 1 like that, and then a regular upside down stair like this, so we create 2 corner stairs on the sides, just like that. So you get something that looks like that on the back. Now, once you guys have that in place, what we want to do is you want to go to the front up here. We're going to go ahead and go to this green stained clay block, place down a dark oak wood upside down stair, and then over here on this green stained clay block, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair, followed by a dark oak wood top slab in between the 2 stairs. And then behind the stairs and the top slab, we're just going to place down a row of 3 green stained clay blocks, just like that. Now that you have that all in place, we can go ahead and pretty much finish this layer off by putting our tracks in. And so basically for this, we're going to place down a dark oak wood top slab, followed by a dark oak wood upside down stair, 3 nether brick top slabs, dark oak wood upside down stair, 3 nether brick top slabs, dark oak wood upside down stair, and then a nether brick top slab, just like that. And we just want to go and do the same thing over here on this side, just like this. Nether bricks, of course, representing our tracks, and the stairs representing the small wheels that would actually support the tracks and stuff like that we run on the top here. And once you guys have that all in place, that's going to be it for our second layer there. And with that, we can go and move on to our next layer, layer 3. Alright guys, so moving on to layer 3. Now, for layer 3, what we want to do to get started here is we're going to take our green carpet. We're going to place down 2 green carpet blocks on top of these nether brick stairs, just like that on your side. After we go ahead and do that, we're going to place down a green carpet, just like this, on top of these dark oak wood upside down stairs. And then on top of this dark oak wood top slab, we're going to place down a dark oak wood half slab, just like that. We then want to go ahead and take levers, and we're going to place down 2 levers, just like this on your side, and make sure that they're flicked so that they look like they connect to each other, just like that in the very front. Once you guys have that all in place, we're going to go ahead and place our next row here, which is going to be a green carpet on top of the nether brick half slab on your side, followed by a dark oak wood half slab like this on your side, and then a dark oak wood stair like this, and one over here. And then in between the 2 stairs, we're going to place down a green stank clay full block. Once you guys have that in place, we're going to place down a dark oak wood half slab on top of this dark oak wood upside down stair on the sides here, followed by a dark oak wood stair on your side. And then in between the dark oak wood stairs, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green stank clay blocks, just like that. Now, once you guys have that done, we're going to go ahead and go to this section here. We're going to go and place down a green stank clay block right next to this dark oak wood stair right here. And then we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair facing this direction, like so on your side. Once you have that done, we're going to take our dark oak wood stairs, and we just want to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to see this one's right here. This stair up here is going to turn into a corner stair, and same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 stairs back, just like that. Now, once you have that all in place here, this is kind of up to you guys if you guys want to put this on or not. This is where basically our fuel tanks on the sides would go. Now, if you guys don't want to have the fuel tanks, you'll just go ahead and take dark oak wood stairs all the way back. If you guys do want to put the fuel tanks, you're going to go and do as follows. You're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 green stank clay blocks, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're then going to go and take stone buns, place them down on the sides of the green stank clay blocks, just add a little more detail to them, and kind of spruce them up a little bit. After you do that, we're going to go ahead and take a dark oak wood stair, place it down on the sides, just like that, followed by a dark oak wood half slab on top of this nether brick stair. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and put the tanks on the back here, you're going to go and place down a green stank clay block on top of this nether brick stair. Of course, if you guys do not want to put these in, you're just going to go and place down a dark oak wood stair in its place. And then in between these green stank clay full blocks, we're going to just place down dark oak wood stair to go across, just like that. Now, to fill in this space in here for the back, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a 2x2 square right here of polished andesite. Same thing over here on this side, 2x2 like that. In the space in between them, we're going to place down green stank clay full blocks. Then, basically right here, we're going to place down a row of 5 of green stank clay blocks that goes across like this. And then when we get to this section here, we're just going to go ahead and place down basically a 2 rows of 5 here of polished andesite, just like this to create the back vent. So just like that to go ahead and cover it all up. The turret will partially cover up part of this section right here, so you don't need to have this all filled in, but we're just going to go ahead and fill it in for the sake of the tutorial, make it a little bit easier on us, and everything like that. So that guys right there is pretty much it for your 3rd layer. Pretty simple stuff, and with that we can go and move on to layer 4. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer 4. Now for layer 4, what we want to do is we want to go and start by taking a green stank clay full block and place it down top of this row of 3 of green stank clay full blocks. So just like this is going to kind of give us a start here for our turret. Now coming off of this green stank clay full block, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood top slab just like this. Now after this dark oak wood top slab, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 dark oak wood top slabs coming off of it, just like that. So you have a total of 10 dark oak wood top slabs for the barrel of the main gun, and we're going to go and leave that alone for right now. We'll return to it in the next layer. Now next to this green stank clay block on your side here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside stair, just like that. And on top of these green stank clay full blocks, basically on the corners here, we're going to place down a green stank clay full block on top of them. Then going diagonal from this green stank clay block, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair, followed by a green stank clay full block and then a dark oak wood stair, just like this. And go over to the right side, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing, just like this, on the side. Now, once you have that done, we're going to go ahead and go diagonal from this dark oak wood stair, place down a green stank clay full block, just like that. And then once you have that done, we're going to go diagonal from these green stank clay full blocks and place down a row of, basically just a nice row of 3 here of dark oak wood stairs, like so. Now, once you have that all in place, we want to go ahead and go to the sides here to this green stank clay full block. We're going to go and take our dark oak wood stair, or dark oak wood fence gates, my bad, and we're just going to place down one opened up on the side here, just to add a little more detail to the turret. Then, on top of our fuel tanks here, and this is if you guys put them on, we're just going to take dark oak wood half slabs and just put them on like this, just to add a little bit more, detail and kind of make them pop up a little bit more, and same thing like this on the back. Now on the space on the back here, we have these vents and all that stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to go and place down a stone button on this polished andesite block. And then all the remaining polished andesite blocks we see, we're just going to go and take some iron, or not iron, some stone pressure plates and just go ahead and put them on there. Just to kind of add a little bit more detail and a little bit more depth to the depth to the vents and stuff like that. And once you have that all done, that's pretty much it for our fourth layer. And with that, we can go ahead and move on to layer 5. Alright guys, so moving on to layer 5. Now for layer 5, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start by going to our main gun here. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 wooden trapdoors on the very end, on top of these dark oak with top slabs. And after that, we're going to go ahead and take our green stained clay full blocks and go all the way back along those top slabs until you get to this green stained clay full block. Now once you get to this green stained clay full block, we're going to place down a dark oak with half slab on top of it, followed by a wooden trapdoor on either side of it. Once you have that done, we're going to place down a row of 3 here of dark oak with half slabs, just like this, behind those trapdoors and that dark oak with half slab, just like that. Then we want to go ahead and take our dark oak with stairs here, and we're going to go ahead and place down one like this on the side here, and then one like this over here on this side as well, facing that direction. And then in between these stairs, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stairs facing this direction. Now you're going to see here we have 2 corner stairs on the sides here, and then 3 regular stairs in between, like so. Now on the sides here, from this corner stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair, just like this on either side. In between the stairs, we're going to place down a row of 3 of green stained clay blocks. Then once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and take our dark oak wood half slabs, place down one like this on either side, followed by a dark oak wood stair, just like this, and then a green stained clay block in between those dark oak wood stairs. Now in the back here, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood half slab, followed by a dark oak wood stair, and then a dark oak wood half slab just like that for the back. And as you guys can see, you're really starting to get your shape of the turret going there. Now on this section here, on top of this green stained clay full block, we're going to place down an iron bar to start our antenna. And we also want to go ahead and take our dark oak wood stairs, or not dark oak wood stairs, but dark oak wood fence gates, place down one on top of the dark oak wood stair. And then same thing over here, we're going to go ahead and put down a dark oak wood fence gate just like that. And once you guys pretty much have that in place, that's pretty much it for your 5th layer. And with that, we'll go ahead and move on to our remaining layers, which will pretty much be layers 6 and 7, which we'll put the rest of the antenna on, and also put our Dishka and all that stuff on the top of the turret. But with that, guys, let's go ahead and move on to our last final layers. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to our last final layers here. To go ahead and get started with these layers, what we want to do is we want to start off by going ahead and going to this iron bar we've already placed on the left side of the turret. We're just going to place down 2 more iron bars on top of it to go ahead and make the radio antenna. After we have that done, we're going to place down 2 stone buttons on the top here, like this, followed by a dark oak wood half slab at the very center. And then for the Dishka gun right here, we're going to place down an upside down dark oak wood stair on top of this dark oak wood stair like that, followed by a dark oak fence gate on the back of it. That's opened up so it kind of connects up to kind of show the back of the gun. And then we just want to go ahead and place down a couple placeholder blocks here, in which we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood fence gates coming off this dark oak wood upside down stair. And then to the side of this dark oak wood stair, we're going to place down a zombie head, just like this, for the magazine of the gun. And we're also going to go ahead and put a redstone repeater on the top of it and flick it back a few notches like that to pretty much create the iron sights on top of the gun. And once you guys have that all complete, that's pretty much it for the IS-3 heavy tank. Very cool tank, and you know, just pretty awesome in general. Very nice tank to add into your IS lines or whatever you guys are working on, since we do have a tutorial for the IS-2 already. So pretty cool stuff. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. If you guys do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be anything from a side on the build to link to my channel or this video if those appear on any social media sites. Just be sure to get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for when doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow and it helps me continue to produce these tutorials. So please be sure to go ahead and give me credit for the designs if you guys go ahead and use them. In addition, be sure to suggest what World War II vehicles you guys want to see next time, and I'll do my best to get to them as soon as I can. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett2 before, and I'll see you guys next time.